Right, Emma, we're talking about affiliate alchemy today, specifically episode 29. And I really want to dive into something crucial first, which is the mindset. Because, well, too many people, they jump into affiliate marketing thinking it's like a quick buck, right? They're chasing the shiny object, hoping for overnight millions. And that's just not it, is it? It's not sustainable, not truly.
Yeah, totally, James. I see that like all the time. People get, really hyped up by those flashy success stories, right? And then they get discouraged when it doesn't happen instantly. So when you say mindset shift, what specifically are we like talking about here? Is it just patience, or is there something more fundamental? Do you know what I mean?
It's more than patience, honestly. It's about seeing affiliate marketing as a proper business, not just a side hustle that you dabble in for a bit. It's about building long-term value, understanding that success, real sustainable success, it's a marathon, not a sprint. You've got to commit, invest time, effort, and actually truly enjoy the process of building something substantial. Do you know what I mean? It's not about the instant gratification. It's the delayed gratification that actually pays dividends for years.
Hmm. Delayed gratification. I like that. So instead of like just chasing commissions on whatever hot product is out there today, we're thinking about building something that serves a real audience over time, right? Something that'll like consistently generate income rather than just these one-off spikes, right? Like a proper foundation.
Precisely. It's about cultivating trust, becoming a genuine resource rather than just a link dropper. That's where true alchemy happens, I reckon, when you shift your focus from transactional to transformational. It's a huge difference. Huge.
So, moving on from that mindset, right? Once you've got that long-term vision, the next big hurdle I find for many is a niche selection. Everyone goes for the obvious: health, wealth, relationships, which are great, don't get me wrong, but they're absolutely saturated, aren't they? We need to talk about overlooked niche discovery. That's where the real gold is, Emma, really.
Oh, yeah, totally. Like, how many lose wheat fast blogs do we really need, right? Like, seriously. But okay, so if we're not doing the obvious, how do you like actually find these hidden gems? Are we talking about really granular sub niches or something like entirely different, you know?
It's both, actually. It's about going granular, yes, but also looking at pain points that aren't immediately obvious or communities that are underserved. Think about hobbies, really niche hobbies, or specific demographics with unique challenges. Like, instead of dog training, perhaps training guide dogs for visually impaired owners, or eco-friendly gardening for urban dwellers with small balconies. Do you know what I mean? It's about precision, finding that specific problem you can genuinely solve for a dedicated group.
Wow, that's a really good distinction. So it's not just about a smaller audience, but an audience that like actually needs a solution for a very specific problem that no one else is really tackling head on. So how do you even start researching something like that? Like, where do you look for these underserved communities or these super specific pain points, right?
Right, brilliant question. You start by, well, listening. Forums, Reddit, niche Facebook groups, even Amazon reviews for related products. What are people complaining about? What are they asking for? What problems aren't being solved by existing products? You'll find these little pockets of need, really, if you just dig a bit deeper. It's about empathy, actually, understanding the user's struggle before you even think about solutions, genuinely.
Okay, so we've got this like amazing niche, right? We're focused on long-term value, but then you still need people to find you, right? And everyone talks about like SEO and paid ads, but those can be really competitive and expensive, especially for beginners. So, what are these unconventional traffic generation strategies you're hinting at, James? I'm super curious about that, really.
Ah, now we're getting into the fun stuff, aren't we? See, the conventional routes, they're fine, but they're absolutely crowded. We're looking for a traffic alchemy. Think about leveraging existing communities where your niche audience already hangs out, but in a non-spammy way. Like being a genuine contributor in those forums or Reddit groups we just mentioned, providing value, answering questions, and then, only then, naturally, linking to a helpful resource you've created, when it makes sense.
So, like, basically becoming a known expert in these communities first, rather than just dropping a link and running. That makes total sense. But what else? I mean, besides like community engagement, are there other less obvious ways to get eyeballs? Like, what's something truly out of the box?
Absolutely. Consider micro-influencer collaborations. Instead of chasing the big names, find smaller, really engaged creators in your niche. They often have incredibly loyal audiences, and their rates are, far more accessible. Or think about content syndication to niche platforms. Don't just publish on your blog. Find relevant industry blogs or even niche newsletters that accept guest posts or content contributions. It's all about going where your audience already is, and not trying to drag them to you forcefully.
Right. So, like, instead of building your own massive platform from scratch, you're tapping into other people's audiences. That's really smart. Super authentic too, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. It's about being present and providing value where they already gather, rather than just shouting into the void on your own little island. Once we've got people to our content, then it's about converting them, isn't it? But not just any conversion, Emma. We're talking advanced conversion psychology here. It's not about tricking people, it's about really understanding their decision-making process, influencing them positively.
Okay, so like beyond just having a good call to action button, right? What do you mean by advanced conversion psychology? Is it something about neuromarketing or like really deep stuff?
Well, a bit of that, yes, but mostly it's about subtle persuasion and building trust. First point, social proof. Not just testimonials, but genuine case studies, user-generated content, showing real people getting real results. Second point, scarcity and urgency, but crucially, ethically applied. Not false countdown timers, but genuine limited time offers or limited availability where it makes sense. People truly respond to those nudges when they're legitimate,
So, like, actually legitimate reasons for acting now, right? Not just FOMO for the sake of it, right? I'm always put off by those fake timers, honestly. But what about like addressing objections? I find that's a big one for me personally when I'm like looking at something new.
Absolutely crucial. That's point 3, proactive objection handling. Before they even think it, address their potential concerns directly in your content. What are the common reasons people might hesitate to buy this product? Is it cost? Is it complexity? Is it perceived risk? Tackle those head-on with transparency and clear solutions. Be upfront, It builds so much goodwill.
Okay, so like heading off concerns before they even become concerns. That's pretty smart.
And following on from that, Emma, there's another fascinating aspect of conversion, choice architecture. It's how you present options, and it can make a massive difference to whether someone actually converts or just gets overwhelmed and leave.
Choice architecture, that sounds really academic. What does that even mean in like plain affiliate terms, James? Are we talking about offering fewer choices or something like that?
Precisely that, actually. Too many choices lead to decision fatigue. So, 1, limit options. Don't present 10 different products if 3 really good ones will suffice. Second, highlight a best value or most popular option. Guide them, People appreciate that little nudge. It helps them make a decision when they're, on the fence.
Oh, yeah, I totally get that. Like when I go to a restaurant with a huge menu, I get stressed out. So you're saying like curating the choices and then gently suggesting one makes it easier for people to say yes?
Exactly. Third point, anchor pricing.
Present a higher-priced item first, even if you don't necessarily want them to buy it. It makes the subsequent, slightly lower-priced options seem more reasonable, more attractive. It's a subtle psychological trick, but incredibly effective when used ethically. It's all about making the decision as effortless as possible for your audience, removing those mental roadblocks. People are naturally inclined to take the path of least resistance, right?
Wow, anchor pricing. That's super interesting. So it's about like really structuring the entire presentation of your recommendations to make it a no-brainer for the customer. I'm going to be looking for that everywhere now, James. Okay, so we're attracting the right people and we're converting them really effectively. But what about keeping that going? Like, you've mentioned long-term asset building a few times. What exactly does that entail in the affiliate space? Are we talking about, like, building an email list or something more?
Spot on, Emma. An email list is absolutely paramount. It's your most valuable asset, hands down. It's direct access to your audience, immune to algorithm changes or platform bans. But it's not just collecting emails. It's about nurturing that list, providing continuous value, building a relationship, so when you do recommend a product, they trust you implicitly, really. That's key.
Right. So not just like spamming them with affiliate links, but actually sending out useful content and like genuinely helping them, right? What other assets are we talking about here? Besides the list, that is. Like, what else can we really own?
Well, your content itself, that's a massive asset. Evergreen content, I mean. Comprehensive guides, in-depth reviews, tutorials that remain relevant for years, not just weeks. This content consistently attracts organic traffic, builds authority, and positions you as a thought leader in your niche. Also, consider building a community. It could be a Facebook group, a Discord server, or even a private forum on your site. A community fosters loyalty, allows peer-to-peer support, and creates a powerful feedback loop for you. People want to belong, They want to feel connected to something bigger.
Oh yeah, a community. That's brilliant. Like, it's not just about you, but also connecting your audience to each other, creating a really sticky environment. So, content, email list, community, these are like foundational pieces for true long-term value.
Precisely. These are the bricks and mortar of a sustainable affiliate business, Emma. They give you leverage, control, and security that simply relying on, well, third-party platforms just can't quite.
James, all this talk about trust and authority, it really makes me think about personal branding. Is that like an asset in itself for affiliate marketers? Like building yourself up as a trusted voice?
Absolutely, Emma. It's arguably the ultimate asset in today's crowded digital landscape. Your personal brand, it's more than just a logo or a name. It's the sum total of your reputation, your values, your expertise. People don't just buy products, they buy from people they know, like, and trust. And if you can establish yourself as that go-to expert in your niche, someone who truly understands their problems and offers genuine solutions, that's incredibly powerful, incredibly.
So, like, how do you actually cultivate that? Is it just about, like, being consistent with your content? Or is there something more proactive you can do to build that personal brand? Do you know what I mean?
Consistency is key, yes, but it's also about authenticity. Share your journey, your successes, but also your failures and lessons learned. People connect with vulnerability, it makes you human. Engage with your audience directly, respond to comments, messages, position yourself not just as a marketer, but as a guide, a mentor. And don't be afraid to have a strong point of view, to stand for something. That attracts your tribe, your ideal audience, and, well, frankly, repels those who aren't a good fit. It saves everyone time, really.
Right. So, like, instead of trying to appeal to absolutely everyone, you're really leaning into who you are and what you believe in. And that attracts the right kind of people who will trust your recommendations. recommendations. That's really empowering, actually.
Exactly. It's about being you, really. Your unique voice, your unique perspective. That's your secret sauce, Emma. No one else has that.
Now, all of this work, all this building, it leads us to the big one, scaling. But critically, ethical scaling. It's not about growing at any cost. It's about growing with integrity, something I feel very strongly about personally. How do we ensure that, Emma?
Oh, yeah. Ethical is really important, especially in affiliate marketing, which sometimes gets a bit of a bad rap, right? So, what does ethical scaling actually look like? Is it about just transparency or something much more comprehensive? Do you know what I mean?
Transparency is absolutely foundational, yes. Always disclose your affiliate relationships clearly and unequivocally, without hiding it. But beyond that, it's about continuing to prioritize value over profit. Don't recommend products you wouldn't personally use or that don't genuinely serve your audience's needs just because the commission is higher. That's a surefire way to erode trust, which we've spent so long building, you know? It's just not worth it in the long run.
So, integrity really needs to be at the core of every decision, even when you're growing super fast. I guess that also means being mindful of who you partner with too, right? Making sure the brands you promote align with your values and your audience's expectations, and they're truly good products.
Exactly. Vetting your partners, making sure their products and services are top-notch and reputable. It's about protecting your brand, Emma, your reputation, your audience's trust. And scaling ethically also means automating where you can to maintain quality, not just to cut corners. Investing in tools that help you serve your audience better, manage your content, and streamline your processes without sacrificing that personal touch you've cultivated. It's about smart growth, not just frantic expansion, really.
Smart growth. That's a great way to put it. So, don't just add more products for the sake of it, but really think about how you can serve your existing audience even better as you expand. That makes so much sense. So, James, we've talked about mindset, finding niches, unconventional traffic, conversion psychology, building assets, personal brand, and scaling ethically. That's a ton of really actionable insights. What's the big takeaway from all this? How do we truly future-proof an affiliate business with all these strategies? Do you know?
Right. Brilliant way to summarize it, Emma. The biggest takeaway, the absolute crux of it, is adaptability and a continuous learning mindset. The digital landscape, it's always shifting, isn't it? What works today might be, less effective tomorrow. So you've got to stay curious, stay open to new strategies, new platforms, new technologies, always evolving.
So, basically, you're never really done learning or optimizing, right? You always have to be looking for the next thing or ways to improve what you're already doing, constant iteration.
Precisely. And it ties back to those assets we discussed. When you own your audience through an email list or a community, you have a direct line to them, regardless of what Facebook or Google decide to do next. That's your ultimate insurance policy, really. And diversifying your income streams within affiliate marketing too. Don't just rely on one product or one vendor. Explore different niches, different product types, subscription models, spread your risk a bit. Don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Diversification and owning your audience. That's super powerful. So it's about building a robust, flexible ecosystem rather than a house of cards. Being ready for whatever comes next, basically. Always on your toes.
Exactly. And always remember why you started. To provide value, to help people. Keep that at the core. And, you'll not only survive, but truly thrive in this dynamic world of affiliate marketing. That's the real alchemy, honestly.
Wow, that's a fantastic note to end on, James. Thanks so much for all this. I feel like I've got so many new angles to explore now, so many ideas.
My absolute pleasure, Emma. Always a treat. Until next time, then.